Man, let me tell y'all something right off the rip. If y'all could have just been backstage before the show started, y'all would know. This is about to be a fun show. This is about to be a very fun show. Welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Y'all know how we do. Access granted. The Park Stream is in the building. Antoine, my sister, Lenia Renee is in the building. Hey, Karen, how are you? Awesome show. Awesome show the other day. And actually, Alenia, the young lady that I just hit you up about, was actually on Karen's show the other day.
Oh, okay.
Amazing show. So I hope that y'all can make that happen. But hope everybody had a great weekend.
Yes.
Let me tell you a little something about mine.
And you gotta tell it good.
It's nothing bad, first and foremost.
Tell it good.
Rest in peace to my dog, Peanut.
Yes.
We had to put him down last Tuesday, as I explained on the show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
Had a dog for 16 years. That was like a son to me. It was so hard to leave him on that table.
I'm sure.
It was hard. But the thing that I explained to my wife and my son is that the good thing is he didn't suffer. All he literally felt was a pinch when the needle went in.
And that's it.
Later, it was over. So as hard as it was, I'm glad that it was, easy on him, so to speak. He actually, this turnaround was way faster than I thought it would be. We actually got his ashes back today.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to get him a nice little plaque, and we're going to bury him in the backyard under his favorite tree and, cherish him. He'll always be around. So, yeah, that was interesting.
Well, then I'm glad that, hey, you had to go through the process, but I'm glad you didn't change your mind.
Yeah. If it was up to me, if it was up to others, if it was solely on my wife, we probably would have brought the dog back from the vet that day and just been like,
gotcha.
But you know what? At the end of the day, and I said this last week, we just had to stop being selfish and thinking about ourselves.
Right.
Understand that the quality of life that he was going through, wasn't where it needed to be. So we had to go, and we have to make that decision for, our loved ones, our human loved ones,
Yes.
A lot of times we're selfish and we don't want to let them go, but we do what's best. So shout out to my little man. He's always going to be here with us. Now let me tell you about yesterday. Yesterday we go to Philly. Did you see the picture with me? I
saw the big old picture with the pizza, the big slice of pizza.
Okay, the picture doesn't do that pizza any justice. Like that pizza was really large. Like the pan that they made the pizza on was about as big as like a monster truck tire, and they could only cut 4 pieces out of the pan. So that's how big that slice really was.
So was that one slice for one person, or is that meant for 2 people?
It was meant for 2 people, but
you ate yours.
I'm gonna admit I didn't eat the whole thing, but there wasn't enough left for anybody to really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only reason that I didn't go ahead and try to eat the whole thing was because we had other stuff to do and I didn't want the itis to super duper kick in. But amazing pizza. That was from a place, I don't know what the actual restaurant was called, but we were in a place called Xfinity Live. Which is right on Broad Street in Philadelphia, right next to the baseball stadium, the football stadium, and the arena. So it's almost like a big sports bar kind of a thing. That's where all of the Philly fans go to watch can't get in and stuff like that. So yeah, it was we had a good time. And then we went to an old school hip hop show.
How was it?
So we had KRS-One.
Oh.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane.
What?
Slick Rick. We had Chuck. We had Moni Love. We had Kwame. We had Kid and Play. And I feel like I'm missing one other person, but the person that I want to talk about that shouldn't have been there, Uncle Luke.
Uncle who?
Uncle Luke. Yes, the 2 Live Crew. Doodoo Brown. Yeah. Uncle Luke, 67 years old with a pot belly and man boobs. And 3
wait a minute. I'm sorry. You talked about me talking about Bobby Brown, but you gonna talk about Uncle, okay? Okay, I see how this goes. It's because it's your show, right?
No. It's because I'm a fan of Bobby Brown. I don't think you're a fan of Uncle Luke, so I don't think that these comments, Nika in the background saying, man, Uncle Luke, yes, Uncle Luke.
But the show was good.
Let me walk through this.
He walking, y'all. He didn't say he gonna skate.
And I'm gonna walk fast because we got to get to the show. I don't want to keep the guests. You know how hip hop was when all of those other people that I mentioned were.
Yes,
these are people. I think Kid said he was 54, so these are all people
our age,
are our age, if not a little bit older.
Yeah.
And they still get out on the stage and kill it.
Oh wow!
Still get out on the stage and kill it. Uncle Luke. It was Uncle Luke, his DJ, and 3 strippers.
Keep going. I'm not gonna say that.
They brought the strippers out one by one.
Whoa,
to the classic anthem, There's Some Hoes in This House. One by one. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. Next stripper. There's some hoes.
What?
So then Uncle Luke finally waddles onto the stage. Yeah. Because Bobby Luke makes you look good. Starts to get into some music.
Right.
10 seconds into every song, he kept making the DJ stop.
Because he had to breathe. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't there, y'all.
I wasn't going there. But it was so irritating that he actually started getting booed a little bit.
Really?
So in true veteran MC fashion, what he did was he made his DJ start playing some classic songs that people knew. Some of the songs for the women, some of the songs was for the men. And the women out-sang the heck out of the men. It felt like it was 20 to 1 when they were singing the songs.
Right.
So Shay Brown, what's up, sis? She said, hey, Alenia.
Tell her hello.
So finally, after he got mad at the men because I guess he said we didn't represent.
Y'all wasn't singing.
At that time, didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he did a few classic songs and then he left off. I'll just leave it at that. But I put up a post on Facebook today that said, I will fight the next promoter that puts Luke on a hip hop show.
How you gonna sit up there and throw out a threat like that on the web? You know that stays forever, ever, and ever.
It's gonna be a simple assault, and I got bail money. I'm gonna fight the next promoter.
I hope your wife knows this.
What's up? Hey, what's up, Renat? Bro, it was such a vibe kill. If I'm not mistaken, I think he came on after Kid and Play.
After Kid. So so was he like in the middle, in the beginning? So you said after Kid and Play, we don't know the lineup.
It was the middle. It was the middle toward the end because after Luke, it was Big Daddy Kane and then KRS-One.
Oh my goodness, he sucked the air. He sucked the vibe out of the air, didn't he?
Totally out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm 57. I think black women are beautiful just like the next man. But the whole stripper thing that's
old news.
I'm gonna fight the next one.
Don't do that banging thing, because then you're going to jostle the screen, and the web going to know that you're throwing out threats.
I'm gonna fight the next one that put Uncle Luke on the hip hop card. But I will say this: the facility, the venue, it was called the Dell. It was simply called the Dell. It was an outside amphitheater. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, like Merriweather?
Yes. It would be the equivalent of putting Merriweather in Drew Hill Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was that kind of an atmosphere down there.
Wow.
And if you're a Martin fan, that dude Jerome that's in the house.
Yeah.
Yesterday. He was there yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
But he was dressed just like Jerome. It was hilarious. But overall, a really amazing show. But that Uncle Luke thing, he really killed the vibe of what was going on. And shout out to KRS-One. I think he kind of threw a subliminal shot at Big Daddy Kane.
Really?
Yeah, I think he kind of threw a subliminal shot. Because all of the other acts that came up got introduced. There was you know how the radio stations always have their personalities on,
yeah.
those kind of shows.
Yep.
The lady that was hosting that show, she introduced every act. When Big Daddy Kane finished, he walked off the stage, and then like a minute and a half later, KRS-One came out. No introduction. He just grabbed his microphone and he said, "I'm the real headliner tonight. Now that we got all the BS out the way, let's rock."
Oh my goodness. Really?
No, he dropped South Bronx, and the joint just went
crazy.
Just went bananas up.
Crazy. Were y'all standing? Was it like everybody was standing like just about the whole time until Uncle Luke came?
Absolutely. So shout out to them 50 and 60-year-olds out there. Big Daddy Kane still out there doing splits and all of that kind of stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Shout out.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to him. But real quick, how's everything with you, sis?
Everything's good. Everything is good, y'all. I'm gonna say everything is good. Everything's moving the way it should move, and the Joy Nook bookstore actually will be up and running by Monday. By Monday, getting the kinks out, got the layout done, and it's just, I'm excited about it. So when it goes live, I will be advertising. If you're interested, if you're an author and you're interested, please make sure that you click on there, and you can either come on as a guest, or if you just want your book in the library. So we got options for people. We have options for people. So I'm really excited about that, along with the podcast. So it's like everything is probably going to just be happening all at one time. It's not just a thing that I'm talking about. When you're doing things by yourself, it takes a little longer.
I just noticed the on-air sign is gone too.
Well, y'all, my production manager is off, and he is hooking me up, and he fixed me dinner before I came on air. So production manager is in full effect because he is off for vacation for a couple of weeks. So I should have my on-air sign back up there, because he told me, "Love, this is ridiculous."
Shout out to the production husbander / Philip Walbrook Warrior, my man.
Yes. So other than that, I mean, I know I'm a little late in the game, but y'all, I just saw that Maverick Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. Why didn't anybody tell me how good it was? I know I'm late.
My bad. I've seen it twice already. I meant to tell you. My bad.
That movie was so good, but then my husband went and watched, what was it? Nope.
I haven't seen that. I saw some advertisement for that, and it just flashed up on my Fire Stick earlier.
Y'all, let me tell you something. Keke Palmer, she played her part. I'm not even going to take it away from her. I'm not going to take it away from her. That movie is crazy.
Okay.
It is crazy. See it for yourself. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I wasn't watching it, but my husband, he was just like, y'all, don't wait for it to become on Hulu.
I'm watching it on Fire Stick where it's free anyway. So
right there you go. Don't pay for it. That movie. I just didn't. I understand, hey, they into this epic horror and all of this. But when you're ready to watch a movie, with a black cast and what I'm saying, you looking for something. Yeah. That wasn't my something.
Gotcha.
At all. So other than that, and Selena started, this is her senior year, y'all. So she started today.
A little baby. Oh.
Yeah. So you know me, I gotta do my mom props. And she called, and the funny thing was, she knew she had to buy her own food now when she goes to the calf or Tulane or wherever, right? But it didn't hit until she walked in there. It really hit when she went in to grab her card that she would normally use to stay on campus. When you had the meal plan, and she thought about it, was like, oh, that doesn't have anything on it. I gotta give him my debit card. So the realities of adulting is now prevalent. But I thought she did good handling it. But Mama Bear is like, whew.
We already know she's gonna be fine, so we ain't worrying about that. Proud of my little lady, man. She's really growing up to do her thing.
That she is. So, and then I just want to say to all of the teachers and students and administration that is starting school, whether collegiately or high school, middle school, elementary school, I'm praying for this year, y'all. I'm praying for y'all for this year because the teachers are already starting off tired.
And I saw Pastor Chris from St. Stephen's put up a post today that he's coaching, Lord, that he's teaching over at the academy. So
kindergarten.
I thought it was first grade.
No, he's teaching kindergarten.
Oh heavens! Oh Lord! Yeah. Good luck with that.
Schwarzenegger. That's gonna be Pastor Chris because he's so tall.
Excuse me, son. Come here. What are you doing?
But I think it's good. Representation is so needed, especially in schools that, majority are our little brown children, our little brown babies.
Absolutely.
So that representation for those male students, I think it's important. And then for those little girls to have a male as a teacher, oh my goodness. So I can't wait to hear some of the stories as he goes along for the school year.
And he will. And my sister Shay is online. Shout out to Maddie.
Yes. Did you see the shirt? Did you see her shirt?
Shirt.
Her shirt was that it said perfectly imperfect. Yes. Yes.
Shout out to my little buddy. Shout out to Morgie. She's a freshman in college now. Man, these kids are just Just growing all the way up. Yes. Yeah, man. So that's about it. That's going on in our lives. Okay, there she is. I was waiting for her to pop back in. And before we bring the guests in, I gotta give a shout out and say congratulations to my sister Tawana. She will be married this Friday.
Yes.
Wedding is this Friday.
Exciting.
PLF Nation. I'm gonna be dressed up, looking sharp as usual.
You bet.
Try not to outdo the groom, I'm gonna try not to outdo him on his day, but
what you say? You gonna try not to.
Definitely looking forward to it. The family from Georgia will be here in a couple of days. Y'all know how we do when we get together. It's always a party. We're gonna party. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna rest, and then we're gonna wheels up to the grill, and we're gonna go get kicked off the resort. That's
the way to do it. Get kicked off as a family, right?
That's the way we do. Oh, if they can kick off about 20 of us, that's gonna be there off. More power to him.
There you go.
Blast. And this is such a much needed vacation. Like I always look forward to vacations, but I'm looking forward
to this. Good.
Forward. My last day of work is Wednesday. I don't go back until the 22nd.
What, you and my husband got the same amount of time? Lord.
My supervisor was like, "You're coming back, right?"
Yo, he did this.
Look, I hit her with this. I'm going to do what God leads me to do. If the Lord leads me back, if the Lord leads me back this last year and a half with the state of Maryland, then so be it. But if not, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, enough about us. Enough about us. We got to get into this show. We got to talk about this video. We got to talk about this song. What was the movie?
She ain't right. She got me over here sipping on coffee, y'all.
Hold up. What was the movie? That talked about the forehead kiss. Terrence Howard.
Well, The Best Man. That was actually the movie that inspired that song. That's what made me write that song.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us this evening, Nika LaDean in the building. What's going on, sis?
Y'all got me blushing thinking about this song.
You having flashbacks already.
She said she got me blushing. Y'all got me blushing. She just don't know. When y'all see that video, all y'all gonna be blushing.
That man planted that kiss on the forehead and kept it there for about 30 minutes. I was like, yeah.
And look, she didn't leave it though. Antoine, she didn't leave it, did she? She didn't go, "Oh no, we died." She was all linked in there.
Hey, look, the director said cut. She was like, "No."
She was like, "No, not now." That's part of the whole vibe.
There's a backstory behind that whole video.
We'll get into the video, but first and foremost, welcome to Access Granted.
Yes,
I told you we were going to have some fun tonight. I told you this was going to be fun, so definitely looking forward. Shout out as always. This is another MJ Savino client, y'all. I feel like
I told you I need my tambourine.
I feel like MJ and I are in partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're in partnership, but shout out to her. I love doing shows like this because I'm going to get to know you as everyone else is going to get to know you.
Right.
Because, outside of a few DMs on Instagram, to set up the show tonight and also the acapella and acoustic segment, I don't know a thing about you other than kisses on the forehead. So, with that being said, little background information about Nika LaDean.
So I am actually in my hometown right now. I'm at my parents' house right now. I'm from Southern Virginia, a little small town called Lawrenceville, Virginia. If you sneeze while you're on Interstate 85 or going down Highway 58, you will miss it. So keep your eyes open. You have not missed anything if you do miss it. So I think the population is like right at 1,600 people or something like that. We had you guys were talking about what you did this weekend. I've been home for a little over a week now. We had our town jazz festival this weekend. So it's funny because you expect to go to like a jazz fest and, you see every now and again, you see like a head or a person that you know. I saw everybody that I knew.
That you knew.
It was like, and believe it or not, everybody was asking, are you performing? And I was like, oh no. And in my mind, when y'all were talking about Big Daddy Kane, I was like, that's why I'm not gonna get up there and perform right now, because y'all not gonna have me out of breath. Like, not even breath with two F's. So y'all not gonna have me out of breath trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. I gotta tell the DJ, cut the song.
Big Daddy Kane was cool. It was actually Kid from Kid and Play that had to stop to say. Oh yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, Big Daddy Kane. Much respect to Big Daddy Kane.
Uncle Luke had to breathe, y'all.
Yeah, he had to breathe with the V.
E-E-V-E.
So, yeah, I'm a small town country girl. Grew up in Southern Virginia. I had the pleasure of moving around a little bit. I've lived in Texas. I have lived in other parts of Virginia. And now I live in D.C. So shout out to the DMV. Shout out to D.C. Yeah, I've been singing since I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, what else you want to know? I'm an open book for the most part.
So even though you been singing as a kid, did you start off singing in church?
Of course I did. I didn't have a choice but to sing in church. And look, this is the backstory for that. I didn't want anybody to know I could sing, right? Because I was kind of bullied. You know how kids are bad. Kids are horrible sometimes, and so I was bullied, and I didn't want anybody to know I could sing because that was my comfort. Singing soothed me. So I was like, I don't want anybody to know I can do this. So my mom was like, you know, when I remember, I think I was about 8. I think I was 8 when I got baptized. My mom was like, all right, now you're baptized. You got to do something in the church. You can't just sit in the pew. And I was like, usher, I'm going to be an usher. I'll be an usher. So I was an usher. Like I was an usher for years. It was me and a few cousins of mine. And we were like the youth ushers, right?
Right.
So I'm at my grandma's house one day, and I did Deniece Williams song, Silly. The Deniece Williams song that everybody knows, comes on the radio. And my grandmother is on the phone with her mom, my great grandmother, who's in New York at the time. And I'm singing. And Deniece is singing, and I'm singing. And me and Deniece were in competition this day because every single note that Deniece was trying to hit, I was trying to hit that note, right? So my grandma, you know, this was back in the day. I'm going to give my age away just a little bit. This was back in the day where there were no cell phones. You actually had the phone that was hooked to the wall, like plugged in with the cord. And if I recall correctly, I think my grandma had just gotten the one with the buttons. It didn't have the rotary on it, right? Oh. So I hear my grandmother say, baby, I need you to turn the radio down. And then she gets back on the phone and she's like, yeah, mom. Yeah. She didn't call her mom. She called her mother. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. And then I hear her say, nah, that's not the radio. And I kind of looked at her and I'm like, what? And she's looking at me like, and I'm like, what?
Like, and why so you surprised?
She goes, I hear her go, mother, let me call you back. And she hangs up the phone and she goes, who taught you how to sing like that? And I was like, I was actually just mocking Deniece Williams. I was mocking her. And she says, wow. And I think it wasn't even like a good 2 weeks later, I was like in the choir. And I was like, I really don't want to be here. Like I think for the longest time, my grandmother was like here and I was behind my grandmother. Like every time she rocked, I was rocking with her. Like, I don't want anybody to know I can do this. I don't want anybody to know I'm here.
Right.
And yeah. And what's funny is now, well, not now because I actually live in DC, but before I moved from my hometown, I was the associate director of the choir. The same, the choir that I ran from.
Right, that you was running from. You end up directing. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Oh my goodness. And now it has taken you. Now, has your singing taken you to DC?
No, I actually moved to DC on my own. I was working with a producer out just outside of DC when I decided to move to DC. But he that was kind of something that I did for fun. It was one of those things where I enjoyed being in the studio with him. I enjoyed doing the writing for him and that kind of thing. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know the music I didn't know the music business at that time. Right. I just knew how to sing. I just knew singing and I knew how to breathe. And I knew the dynamics of singing. I didn't know the dynamics of business. And so I'm not going to get into like the whole details of it, but let's just say that whole relationship went sour. But because through him, I ended up meeting someone, and that person was like, why don't you consider moving to DC? There's so many opportunities out here. And I moved to DC. And my plan was, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to see what it's like, and we'll see. And I've been there for 3 years now, and it's like, please let me go. There are times where I'm like, I don't want to be here, but I feel like God has planted me in DC for a reason. Right. For a reason. I moved to DC in August, and that December, I moved to DC August of 2019. December of 2019, I met the producer of my first single at work at a Christmas party randomly.
Wow.
So I feel like God has a way of ordering your steps that you can't even see sometimes. My goal was, if I'm gonna move to DC, I need to earn a federal salary. I am earning a federal salary, and I'm using every penny of it towards this passion of mine.
Right, so. Right.
Except rent, because rent is ridiculous, but we ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I know a few folks that lived in DC, and that rent kicked their butt, and they moved to Baltimore and get their butt on that train every day and feel like that.
They commute.
Yeah.
They commute.
Yeah, I was actually living not too far from Baltimore myself. I was living closer to like Laurel, Silver Spring area when I first moved to the DMV area. Mm-hmm. When the commute was what got me, I was like, I'm waking up super early and I'm exhausted every day just from the commute. Yeah. And riding the metro is not cool because you get groped and it's not fun. So
right.
Yeah. What? I like forehead kisses, but I don't like being groped on the metro.
I'm trying to understand the face.
I know, that's me too.
You didn't know?
No, I definitely didn't know.
So it's better now, well, let me take that back. I haven't ridden the metro since March 18th, 2020. Anytime I have to go into the office, I just drive, and it's like right down the street from work. I'm like, I'm still not riding the metro. But it used to be so packed on the metro that it was like sardines. Like you were like this. Trust me, if you were on the metro prior to the pandemic at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:15 in the morning, your crotch was touching somebody else's crotch. And you're like, trust me, y'all were face to face and y'all were very intimate in that moment, and you did not know this person. So, and I know anybody who lives in DC can second me on that.
Right.
Okay, so not intentionally grouped.
No. So, it depends. It depends. Sometimes you get a little goose behind you and you don't know where it came from. Yeah.
Shout out to my sister Felicia. She knows the metro well. Yeah, Felicia.
She knows it very well. But also they traveled in kind of like teams. Like they had other people with them on that metro as well. I mean, was it the metro? Was it the not Amtrak, but
the MARC train?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they did that. It was a lot of St. Stephen's that worked in DC and did it that way. And they had like partners. You see each other on the train. You sit together. You together.
Yeah.
I feel a little better now because that kind of hit me like you felt like you were being like sexually assaulted.
No, not in the.
That was the look on my face. I was like, oh my God, it's like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I made light of it. So most of it is unintentional. But it's DC. I'll say that. You don't know how much of it is intentional and how much of it is not. So it's a city.
You had some relationships though, didn't you? Yes.
Who, me?
You had some relationships on the train, yeah.
Yeah, some unintentional relationships.
Oops. Oh my goodness gracious. So
I
now
got so many places I could go with that. Go ahead.
No, I was just asking because as she was talking, I was just thinking. So now where are you within that career? So, of where you're going, what you want to do. Are you singing at festivals? Are you booking shows and different things like that? Where are you at?
So I haven't booked any shows yet. I've been offered. I've been procrastinating a little bit because I don't feel as though I'm ready. And the reason why I say don't make that face.
Okay.
The reason why I say I don't think I'm ready is because performing requires a lot of stamina. And I don't think people really understand. We were talking about Uncle Luke getting on stage and, he's out of shape and that kind of thing. So vocally, absolutely, I'm ready. Stamina-wise, a sister got to get it together because, I mean, hell, I walk up the steps sometimes and I'm winded. So, I want to make sure that when I am on stage, that when I finish, we had the jazz festival this weekend in my hometown, and there was a band that was on stage. I'm not going to say the band's name. I know who they are. They were like, there was a couple people in the band. The first song, they sounded good. Second song, they sounded decent. By the time they got to like the sixth song, they were yelling. And it was like, why are they yelling like that? And it dawned on me, they're out of breath. They're out of shape. They're out of breath. They were not really prepared for this. Mm-hmm. And so that's why even when people saw me in my hometown, they were like, "You're here, you're performing." Oh no, y'all not gonna get me on stage and I'm yelling like that. Like, y'all not gonna be, this is my hometown. Y'all not gonna be talking about, it's already, there's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus went back to Nazareth and his disciples were with him. And he's been all over the globe, basically blessing people and healing people. And the disciples looked at him and said, you come back to your home, like, why they treating you like this? And his response was, a prophet is not welcome in his hometown amongst his own people. My thing is, I'm back home. If I'm going to come back home, I'm going to show out.
Right.
Y'all not going to
show up.
Me. So that's why, and that was the example that I used. I was like, a prophet is not welcome in his hometown amongst his own people. So if I'm going to come back, I'm coming back.
Right.
I'm coming back and y'all going to know it's me. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how do you go about getting in performance shape? Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, I know that I need to do some cardio. So cardio is the biggest thing. Because singing is about being able to control your breath. Vocals is one part of it, but singing is a big portion of it. Like, for me, I'm constantly, whenever I sing, I'm constantly holding my stomach. I constantly want to make sure that I'm breathing with my diaphragm. Even when I talk, sometimes I do that just out of habit, force of habit. Right. But the biggest thing is, just making sure that when you have that breath, you can hold that breath. If you want to hit a note, you can hold that note, you can sustain that note. So that's my biggest thing. It's like, I want to make sure that when I get up on stage, if I want to wear my, 4-inch heels, I can wear my 4-inch heels.
Oh,
that I don't have to kick my heels off to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I can.
Patti LaBelle did it for you.
I was about to say, did she just take a shot at Fantasia?
I was getting ready to
say. But Fantasia got to take them heels off because she be getting Fantasia will get in the spirit off of her R&B song. So
she need a tambourine.
I'm going to get
and some maracas
so that my phone doesn't die. So okay. If I get turned dark real quick, that's why. I'm just getting my charger. Okay, there we go. All righty.
She's just giving us a tour of the house and everything.
I am. Don't look at this house. My mama gonna kill me. She'd be like, Lord, you gave him a tour of this minute. So yeah, I want to plug my phone in so I can make sure we stay connected. See, I'm good now. No, I'm not.
Lord, she done kicked over the doggy bowl. She made it.
You said the doggy bowl.
This is extra entertainment on live TV.
I know. We don't even have a dog, so I don't know where the doggy bowl. No, I'm just playing.
No, but the reason that I asked that because I kind of feel like that might be one of those situations where, in order to get comfortable doing it, you might have to just do it.
Yeah.
Like you may have to, like boxers when they start out, they don't start out fighting 12 rounds. They start out, 3 and 4 round fights, and they build themselves up, to go longer. And I mean, like you could go somewhere and do some karaoke, but karaoke isn't really performing. So I
don't know. It depends on who you ask. my producer went to karaoke.
Like a whole Whitney Houston production when they get up there to sing karaoke at the bar on the corner. But
they have their own microphone too.
Mm-hmm.
That's not karaoke. That's a show.
That's a show.
Mm-hmm. Karaoke is me getting up there and
exactly.
that place
Exactly. but anyway, I just felt if there was an opportunity for you to just get up, maybe do like an open mic kind of, setting at first, because you can go to the gym and you can do all of the cardio that you want to do,
mm-hmm.
and you can come up with a 6-pack. But then when you get up on that stage to sing and you're actually singing and you're moving and that adrenaline is going, it's a totally different in shape that you have to be.
Right.
If that makes sense. And sometimes you may have to just throw caution to the wind and just, go out there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I can see that happening.
Or you could do like what's her name? Layla Jones. I think it's Layla Jones. She wears
James.
She wears sneakers.
Who, Leela James? Is that?
Yeah, Leela James. Thank you very much. She been wearing sneakers.
I could do sneakers. I mean,
you have your own style, but don't allow it. Like, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, and she be singing some songs. She be singing some songs, and she was sad because your voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
Your voice is beautiful.
Oh, wait till y'all see the acapellas and acoustic segment this week.
See?
Wait.
And then she got up there saying she want to get the cardio. Yeah, you still get the cardio, but girl, put on some sneakers, get the cardio.
and I'm only saying that because to me it feels like you're inside of your own head, and that's kind of preventing you from really like stepping out there and really doing it. You have some offers. You're going to continue to get offers, especially as you continue to create music. So at some point, you're going to have to say, and
sneakers.
You're only 45 minutes from us. I can get you somewhere next week. I can get you
not next week though.
I can get you somewhere next week. Honestly, like it's that goes on here. But I'm saying that all, in just the goodness and support of wanting you to just, not feel like you're using that as the crutch to say I'm not ready, because you even mentioned it when we were doing the acapella segment. You're a perfectionist.
I am.
So as long as you continue to use that I'm not ready crutch, you may never be ready in your eyes because you're a perfectionist.
I will not dispute any of that. Look, I was sitting here like I feel judged.
No. I just don't want to be sitting here this time next year having the same conversation, and you still haven't gotten on that stage for the same reason. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. And if I'm being honest, my mom tells me the same thing. My dad tells me the same thing. My producer has said the same thing. He's like, I don't know what you're so afraid of. And it's like, I don't know. Like I have to remind myself that I'm not Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I can't get up there and do a whole homecoming thing yet. But I am I knew that I wasn't going to perform in my hometown. I did know that.
Right,
I was like,
right.
no, I'm not ready for that. So yeah, and I did have fun. The acapella and acoustics, that was fun.
Y'all heard that, right?
Look, hold up.
A loop.
She gonna be all up here at the end of it, and I ain't gonna give too much away, cause I'm gonna give some of it away. So
go from I'm not gonna give to I'm gonna give some.
I gotta. She did one of her songs, and then she transitioned into a classic song, and the transition was so damn smooth that I sat there for like 10 seconds before I realized what she was saying. And then she gonna get to the end and say, I was a little pitchy. Get out of here. I was a little pitchy. But hey, y'all check that out on Friday. Yeah. You can't talk to a person like me and tell me that you're pitchy, because I know the way that I sound when I sing, and pitchy is probably the nicest thing I'm gonna say about myself. But that was a lot of fun, though. It was definitely a lot of fun. You don't need to be Beyonce. We already have Beyonce.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Calvin is actually one of my producers.
Oh, okay. Salute, bro.
The song E for L. Mm-hmm. The song that I have, E for L, Calvin was the producer for E for L, and all of that acoustic guitar that you hear is not synthesized. None of the acoustic guitar is synthesized. That's all Calvin playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we need to bring you back for another segment of acapellas and acoustics with Calvin playing.
Yes, he's gonna have to come to DC. I'm gonna have to get to New York, or I don't know how that's gonna go.
It worked the same way it worked today. Y'all gonna be virtual. It'll be real time.
He gonna be shout out at the top. You be down here.
Yeah, Calvin, thank you so much for everything you do and for all of your support. So
yeah, shout out, Calvin. So I want to talk a little bit about like your writing process, because we keep harping on the video, the forehead kiss, the song, mm-hmm. and you said that kind of comes from a little bit of a personal thing. So your writing process, when you hear these beats from Calvin and everything, did you just go in and you start writing from personal experiences, or do you just kind of let the flow of the song kind of dictate where you're going?
So the funny thing about E for L with Calvin, the song came before the instrumental. I was actually going through a really bad breakup, and I was having, when I say it was a rough patch, it was a big rough patch in my life. And because of this breakup, I called Calvin and I was crying, and I said, I don't want to do music anymore. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do music anymore, because this person that I was seeing that I broke up with was a big part of me doing music. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to do music anymore. And Calvin's response was right about it. And I was like, but that defeats the purpose. Like, I don't want to do music anymore. So I actually went into my bedroom. I was here at my parents' house at the time. I went into my bedroom, and I literally just started kind of writing a letter to this person about how I was feeling in that moment. And I called Calvin, and I was like, this is what I came up with. And I kind of played around with it. And he was like, well, where'd you get that sound from? And I was like, I had this Isley Brothers song in my head while I was writing it. And I went to find that instrumental to that Isley Brothers song. And he was like, okay. And 3 days later, we had a finished product of this song that was a love letter that I wrote to this person. Because I was in a healing process, Calvin was like, you can't release the song yet. I can't allow you to release the song until you're healed. And we released it, and it did very well. I mean, for me, out of all of the songs that I've done, I would venture to say that one had the most emotion behind it. That one I was able to, because I felt every single word in that moment when I was writing it. I wasn't looking, for me, even when I wrote that song, I wasn't looking. Usually I have like my little cheat codes of like, what rhymes with this doesn't go, what's going to rhyme with that.
Right.
When I wrote that song, I used no cheat codes. It was just, this is how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I have some songs, Energy, my first single, that beat was given to me by the producer, and he had already, how producers name their beats, the beat was already named Energy. And so, I heard it and I was like, okay, what do I feel when I hear this song? And I remember he was in the car with me and we were riding down the road, and I put the beat on. I was like, let me just see what I can hear in the song. And I went, ooh. And he was like, do that again. And I was like, no. And he's like, where'd you get that? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I think about the song, the song Flowers by The Emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Taking over, ooh, life ain't a 4-leaf clover, ooh. Like, that's what I heard in my head.
Right.
And the beat sounds nothing like that, but that's what I heard. And so it stuck. But the beat came, the song was already named Energy. I asked the person that the song was about, I was like, can I write this song about you? And he's like, sure. So I wrote the song about it.
Right. Right.
Yes. So yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm pulling Energy up as we speak. I just want to get past the commercial before I bring it on.
I was like, who's that talking?
I was like, how are they doing this?
I kind of feel like I want to hear this song now that you described it, so I want to pull it up. And in true YouTube fashion,
it's giving you a ton of commercials. Well, while we wait for that for a second, so what music, genres of music has inspired your sound?
I listen to everything. I mean, when I was younger, of course, my dad is like the P-Funk, like anything George Clinton and the Mothership Connection, that I grew up listening to that. I grew up listening to I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, like I said, so I listened to Wilson Pickett, Jackie Wilson.
Did you just put up one finger like you in church?
No, I was getting ready to ask her to stop. I would have rather seen George Clinton than Uncle Luke.
Look, no, I'm gonna tell you, I heard George Clinton still puts on a show now. Don't be.
Yes.
Yeah.
George Clinton got to be about 97 and a half. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, but the real mothership, the mothership that used to be on the stage, is actually at the African American History Museum. The mothership is there. So I took my parents last year, and we're walking through the African American History Museum. And my dad spotted the mothership, and he goes, "Oh my God!" Like, I mean, anything. When it comes to Bootsy Collins, anything Mothership Connection, he is like,
all in.
Yeah. So,
real quick, she already answered that question. We have a shout out to my sister Felicia. She's saying, "Are you performing anywhere in the DC area?" Yeah, she missed that question earlier. She ain't ready.
Apparently,
she ain't ready.
I gotta get ready.
She has to get cardio.
She has to do
cardio.
She has to do cardio. No,
they giving me the blues over here, y'all.
We only want what's best for you, honey. We only want.
That's right.
That sounds like when you get a whipping when you're a kid. It's like, this is gonna hurt
me more than it's gonna hurt you.
All right, look, real quick, we're gonna get into this Energy song, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about this forehead kiss. We're gonna get all up in that. We're gonna get all up in that joint. But I want to hear this energy song real quick because she talked about it, and dang it, now I want to hear it. Here we go.
Deja vu. Tell me how we met somewhere before. I see you. Not just the physical, but so much more. I can feel you pulling at my heartstrings. And even though we're trying to do the friend thing, this twin flame unions have me scheming. Amazing how you just showed up in my life. Familiar, like our souls connected at first sight. You don't have to tell me what you're thinking. I can reach into your mind when you're dreaming. Universe made this happen for a reason. Ooh, I can feel your energy. Ooh, I can feel your energy around me. Hey, desire. Can we just look past what we see this lifetime? I believe you manifested me. Unlike any other man, you're so different. One in the same, I'm the two, you're the rhythm. You might be the Ashford to my Simpson. Yeah. Envision the day I'll be able to call you mine. I'm patient. And we both know it's a matter of time. And when it happens, I'll be your addiction. I help you heal, you can call me your prescription. My love's already in, so baby, stop resisting now. Hey. Ooh. I can feel your energy. Ooh. I can feel your energy around me. Hey. Oh, I can't ignore our high emotion synergy is so real. And we're both having some anxiety, but let's stop fighting what we feel. Ooh, I can feel your energy. Ooh, I can feel your energy around me. Hey. I know that this was meant to be, 'cause I can feel your energy. You know that you belong me.
Yeah.
I need my maracas. I'm telling you, I'm getting some maracas.
All right, so shout out to AJ Throwback, the producer of that song. Got me sitting up here feeling like I'm back in my Carl Thomas Summer Rain vibe. This is what I like to do when we play songs or videos and we get to sit here and watch the artists as they are listening to their music. We were having such a good time as that song was playing.
Yeah, she was in her own zone. She was in her own zone singing the words. She wasn't doing like Patti Bell, forgot the words, not like it. No.
And then I also when I'm listening to songs for the first time, I try to get a semblance of who that reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get a feel, but it's a good thing because that has such a originality, authentic vibe to it that I can't think of a person right offhand that really just, you know how we had Miss Dora last week.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't get that.
Right.
But I'm not saying that in a bad way. That's in a good way because you just kind of have your own kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's like a neo soul R&B smooth jazz kind of flow. Like this is what I would listen.
I like to say that song is very it's very neo soul meets almost New Jack Swing, like that that mid 90s kind of vibe.
Like a boomerang sound.
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of. Like,
yes, that's one of my favorite soundtracks, by the way.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, because it was like I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, oh, I cannot wait to let my husband hear this. This is good. This going on my little playlist on YouTube.
Oh.
So now y'all got me sitting here thinking about what part in the movie would that it came up.
I mean,
it probably would have been the part where Angela and Marcus, maybe when he was trying to, this is one of my favorite movies, by the way, when they were talking about being a Trekkie and they were kissing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were sitting on the chair after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes, where she helped them clean the kitchen and then they started. Yeah, it's very much that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know when I was listening to it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like when I met my husband.
Yep.
Like that feeling you get, like, yeah, it's us.
Yeah.
This is meant to be. And I was like, oh, I need my maracas.
I'm gonna get you some maracas and a tambourine for Christmas.
What? You gonna come back? I'm gonna have it, and then wait. I'm gonna make sure they playing so I can put an access granted logo on them.
I will send you the stickers. I'll send you the sticker.
There you go. I'm telling you.
The wedding is almost over, so I told you she's my merchandise person now.
That's right. So I'm gonna make sure they playing.
Some time. Try to be nice and give her some time.
No, that was good. It was. Yeah, I was looking at your YouTube and some of this other songs that you kind of covered, and your voice is smooth. It's very smooth.
Thank you.
It's pitchy.
It's smooth and pitchy. And you sound like you need some cardio. Okay, no, I'm only joking. But when I was listening to it, listening to your voice, because a lot of times you listen to artists at different times, whether it's I'm home chilling, I'm cleaning the house, whatever. I'm not going to lie. Your voice is what I would listen to get ready, for date night. I'm serious. Her voice puts you in that mood. Like, it's like, oh, get a glass of wine, y'all. Come on now, we grown folk here.
Stop! Look, don't put that out there, because now I'm back on the dating scene. People gonna be like, "Oh, I need you to sing for me, girl."
For me, I earn it.
Yes, you have to earn all of this, like
that's right.
All of the vocals,
all of it,
all of it.
But no, it's
you gotta earn these forehead kisses.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It gives you that vibe because again, we as women, we listen to music and it depends on how we feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we getting ready for the club, we listening to something else, and when we getting ready for a date with someone that we care about and we love, and we trying to get it all right. We trying to get everything right, and you got the glass of wine going, and you might have some candle. Oh, no.
And then and there was actually shout out to Monopoly Music.
Yes, what's up? I have a feeling, I don't know if that's Rockwell's or I don't know if that's John Jiggs. I'm sure that's Rockwell's though, because I sent Rockwell's the link. So what's up, Rock? Rock has by the way, I have a feature coming out with Rockwell's on it's a feature with his song, and I love this song. Y'all are gonna love this.
See, look at her. See how she looked when she said it, right, y'all? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Antoine, so I'm not crazy.
But look, back to the energy song real quick, because there was a little transition that you did in that song that kind of reminded me of Mary J. Blige on All I Really Want Is to Be Happy.
Yes. So it's funny when I heard it, I heard Mary J. Blige, All I Really Want Is to Be Happy, but I also heard Marvin Gaye, that like I heard both of them, and I think I would venture to say Mary J. Blige got that transition from Marvin Gaye. Yeah, definitely. But even when, like I said, I'm riding down the road and if somebody gives me a beat, sometimes I can't just write to it offhand. I have to play it in the car and I have to marinate on it. And I have to go for a long ride. And, there have been so many times that I have gotten a song and I have literally driven in the car all day so that I can get that inspiration. But this song, I don't know. It was just like I heard every element of it every single time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to put this here and I want to put that there. And some things didn't come about until I was in the studio. It was like, oh, I want to do this. Hold on, go back to that. Let me harmonize this. Like this would sound good with harmony. Like that Let's Stop Fighting What We Feel part. Like that wasn't really there at first. And then I got to the studio and I was like, oh, I need to layer this. Let me do some harmonies behind it. Right. So, yeah.
Mm.
So it's people that's saying that they hope you're ready to perform soon. I'm gonna just put that up there. I read comments. I wish that they were commenting on the Access Granted page so that I could
know. I will. All right. If y'all tell y'all what, y'all give me the info and let me know how I can set it up. I'll be ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
And you get you some good sneakers.
So, hold up. I want to make sure I'm in this correctly. So, are you giving me permission to go out and see what's going on in the area over like the next 30 to 60 days? And
you have my permission. That's on the record, y'all. That is on the record. Y'all heard it, right? It's on the record.
It's stamped. Go ahead, Antoine. Won't you stamp it? You stamp everything else. Stamp it. There you go.
Signed, sealed, and approved.
Yep. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yep.
I'm on straight vacation mode right now, so I'm not thinking about nothing but getting away from there. But I promise you, as soon as I get back on the 12th, I'm gonna start working on some
Thank you.
stuff. Because see, we got people that saying they would come. See? Look,
thank you all for the support.
My basement is kind of acoustically sound, so I let it just come perform in the basement.
There you go.
I can fit about 12 people down here comfortably.
We're gonna do a pass the mic.
Yeah.
Pass the mic. Pass that mic. See, yup, nice. See?
I know he's gonna be there. I know Calvin will be there. I don't think it matters where. Calvin already knows. I'm like, hey, you ready? You got your passport ready? You ready to go to London? And he's like, let's go.
But you know what? That's the kind of people that you need on your team, because he's not gonna let you just continue to rest and be comfortable.
Right. And it's quiet. I'm gonna say this, and I know this is not a portion of the show that we wanted to talk about. Calvin and my mom literally saved my life last year. when I say literally, I mean literally saved my life. I was going through depression really, really badly. And I woke up one Saturday morning and was determined. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. So I went to my medicine cabinet, and last year, I had like tension in my neck and in the back of my head, and the doctor had prescribed me some Robaxin. My goal was to take every single pill that was left in that bottle, and Robaxin is a muscle relaxer. It's Flexeril. I was going to take every single one, and I was going to fall asleep and just not wake up. My mom, my mom is in the ministry. My mom FaceTimed me that morning. And typically my mom will stay on FaceTime with me for maybe about 10, 15 minutes. And this particular day, she wouldn't get off FaceTime with me. And I didn't tell her what I was doing. I wasn't going to tell anybody what I was doing. I had actually taken my debit cards and I had put them out on the counter, and I was like, this is the PIN number to this one. So people had, my parents, my family had access to my my money, but I didn't tell them what I was doing. And sure enough, my mom called me and she stayed on FaceTime with me for almost 2 hours. And I was like, and I kept trying to get off the phone. I'm like, I gotta go. I'm thinking I'm on a mission. I got something to do. And she would not let me get off FaceTime. So I get off FaceTime with her. And at this point, I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't even want to do it anymore. Like I had it fresh in my mind 2 hours ago, but now I don't want to do it anymore. And I called Calvin and I was crying. Calvin stayed on the phone with me that day. I know it was about 6-7 hours, Cal. He stayed on the phone with me, and you got things to do in that time frame, because that's a full-time job almost, right? Yeah. Calvin was like, all right, Nika, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. I'm gonna put it on mute. I'm not going anywhere. I just don't want you to hear what I'm doing right now, but I gotta pee. And then he, like 5 minutes later, he's like, all right, are you still there? I'm right. And like, he would not get off the phone with me. And I like, at this point, I'm kind of like, I really don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, damn it, you know what? I'm going to the wine store and I'm getting me a bottle of wine. And I'm going to drink this whole bottle of wine tonight. And that's what I did. I'm so glad I did not take my life.
Yes.
I am so glad I did not take my life, because when God has a purpose for you, he's going to, y'all heard me say this before, he will order some steps that you don't even realize are ordered. I mean, I praise be to God for that. I mean, so that was probably one of the dumbest decisions that I ever made, but it was really a wake-up call for me. It was really a wake-up call for me. And I was like, you know what? I love life. Life is good. Life is beautiful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you're gonna manifest the life that you want to live, if you're gonna see these beautiful things in life, then you have to see them as though they already are. You can't see death.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful. I'm grateful every day that attempt to do that failed.
But your vulnerability and your transparency, thank you, because someone needs to hear this.
Yeah.
Which another day, but I was gonna stay on as long as you needed me. That's what I'm talking about, Calvin.
When I say that's my brother right there, Calvin is my brother. And
you need to make a shirt that says, get yourself a Calvin.
Everybody needs a Calvin. Everybody needs a Calvin.
Everybody needs a Calvin.
Calvin is amazing. And I mean, I think we, lately we've both been so busy, with him with work and me with work. It's like we don't talk, but Calvin and I usually talk every day, even if it's a text message or something funny on Instagram. There's something that we pass to each other every day. And like earlier, I sent him the link so he could see this, and he was like, I saw it, but you didn't tell me how to get to it. And I was like texting, like, how can I get to it? And I saw my text messages, and I'm like, oh, let me send him this link. Right. So yeah.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah. And shout out to my mom. My mom's is actually in the hospital right now. My mom has stage 4 colon cancer. That was the other thing that I thought about when I really thought about what I was about to do. My mom has stage 4 colon cancer. She is healing from stage 4 colon cancer. And sometimes there are days when she does chemo, it's hard for her to get out of bed. She's tired. Can you imagine her trying to take care of herself and take care of me if my attempt had failed and I was brain damaged or something like that? And then she's got to try to take care of a daughter who can't take care of herself. When I say praises are ultimately, definitely unto God, because I couldn't imagine my mom trying to take care of me. Yeah. You know, this is the time where I'm taking care of my parents. That's the natural order of things. Yeah. And so, yeah, you know, like I said, praise be to God. Praise be to God.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for allowing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We love transparency here at Access. I could let you sit and talk about that for as long as you wanted to. So my question to you, with what you just shared, could that be a song at some point?
So I have the thing about it, I used to try so hard not to write about my sorrow. I've done some spoken word about, you know, that, but ultimately it's funny, like I have this song, Calvin and I have another song coming out before the end of the year, and the beginning of that song says, I know how depression feels. Like, that's like the very first lyrics to the song. It says, I know how depression feels. I think most people know how depression feels. I don't think most people or a lot of people actually realize how it feels to be at the end of your rope. Now I choose, the thing about me writing about that, I don't want people.
I'm sorry, Calvin preaching to us right now. This is so true.
Strongest ones need support. Yes. See, I told y'all, everybody needs a Calvin. It's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt.
And he and I have these inside jokes. I mean, sometimes I'm like, where do we come up with this stuff? But it's funny. Like I said, I choose to write about overcoming, not the sorrow, but the overcoming.
Right.
You know, I don't want to write from a place of oppression. Depression is oppressive.
Yes.
You know, to be depressed is to be oppressed. It's to be it's a form of slavery. I can't allow myself to, if I want to manifest a life that I want to live, the life that I want to live is free, peaceful, and I don't, you know, that's why I'm like, no, I'll write about it, but trust me, at the end, it's going to be some Victoria stuff that I'm talking about. And I'm not going to sit there and, you know, stick in that sorrow.
But even that one line, you know how depression feels. Like, bam, that's all you need.
Right.
That's literally all you needed to do was just put it out there like that. And thank you for sharing that, man.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sharing it. The same way you're about to share the story behind this video.
I knew that was coming.
It was like, oh, maybe we
Perfect transition. Perfect transition.
I've been waiting patiently.
Do I need to put
and then he goes
the banner across the bottom that says real discretion?
You froze. So you got to go back to what you started to say.
Oh, I didn't know I froze. Because I wasn't on this end. I was just asking, do I need to put a banner across that says real discretion is advised?
Nah, I think they'll be all right.
No, because grown folks watching this.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
If they get offended, shame on them. Then they need to go get a life.
Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. That's all I got to say. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Wait a minute.
No. In all seriousness, when MJ sent me this song earlier, I listened to this song, man, and I was like, yo, this is so fire. Like this song.
It's real.
This song is so fire. Like that energy just took me back a little bit, but this song like takes me back to those days when Alina, you remember when your boyfriend that you had back in like maybe college was trying to, set up a little situation, and he made a little tape. He made a little cassette tape with about
about 5-6 songs on it. And it'd be like this for you, and it'd be like Alinia's
Well, hold on. What was the movie where the guy said this is the deluxe get the draws?
Version of it. Yes. And then when CDs came out, when CDs came out, come on down. And then you started putting more other songs on the burning seat songs on the CD.
Man, let me tell you.
To you wrapped up for your birthday. They telling you everything. What to happen.
I can tell you about 5 songs that I used to put on mine, but
y'all gonna enjoy it. Y'all, in all seriousness, y'all are gonna enjoy it. And for everyone that ends up playing this song over and over again, y'all need to make sure y'all go to Access Granted, put it in the comments section every time you replay the song. Because I'm telling you now, y'all gonna do it. There you go, the intro.
But let's talk about it first. Tell us a little bit about this song. You said that this comes from a place.
So okay. When I was working with another production team, one of the producers had given me this beat. I told y'all my mom is in the ministry, my uncle's in the ministry, my auntie's in the ministry, and like the family is just in the ministry. And so I try not to shame my family's name because right. I gotta make sure I keep it classy and I want to make sure I represent them. I want to make sure I represent my family well. So I get to the studio. And the producer, not the beat that you hear behind the song, it was just this. And I was like, huh. And it had like some piano behind it. And he was like, what do you hear when you hear this? I was like, that is sexy. And he was like, not just sexy, but sexy. And I said, okay. He was like, go home and write to it. I'm like, okay. So go home, I'm listening to this beat. I get in the car, I go for a long drive, I come back, I get to the studio like 3 days later. This is what I got. Your eyes are so beautiful, and oh my God, I like when you touch my skin. And it was just so watered down. And the producer, I'm like, yo, put the, I turned like real hardcore for some reason. I was like, yo, put the track on. And he puts the track on, and I get in the booth, and I'm like singing. And he cut the track off, and he was like,
"Yeah, I don't play
like." He says, "What the hell? What the hell was that?"
See, that's what I was wrong. I was wrong.
So he literally was like, "What the hell was that?" And I go, "Well, you told me to write about how I was feeling." And he goes, "Nika, how old are you?" And I told him how old I was, and he was like, "You're an adult. Write about some adult stuff." He was like, and so the funny thing is, he's like, have you ever had sex? And I was like, well, I was married. Of course I have. And he's like, sorry, Antoine. So he's like, write about that passion. And I'm like, okay. So I go home and I'm listening to this beat again. And I'm like, what can I write about? Because I want to write about something that's raunchy and something that's real and something that's rough. But I also want to bring it back to something that is cool and something that is soothing, especially because that beat that he gave me was so freaking hard. It was like, this beat is rough. So right. I was like, I need something that's going to tone this beat down. What is sweet and sensual, but also innocent? Forehead kisses. So I start writing about forehead kisses, but then I felt like I needed to raunch it up a little bit, so I had like, I got my little part in that song that's that's raunchy, and I went back to the studio and I go, hey, put that beat on. I was singing something totally different that day, like I was really working on another song, right? And I go, hey, put that beat on, and he puts the beat on, and we literally did the whole song all the way through. And he didn't even stop. He was just like, you want to do some harmonies now? And I was like, you're not going to stop me? And he's like, heck no, I'm not going to stop you. Like, do you hear what you're doing? Right. So, long story short, my production team ended up following through, so I couldn't use that beat. So, I had this song. I've got the acapella. I was able to take the beat out of the track, have my acapella, and I go to one of my friends, and I was like, I got this whole song, and I can't do anything with it. And my friend, who's the producer of the song that you hear now, he goes, all right, Nick, I got to your email. It's probably going to take me about 3 weeks or so to get to it. I got to do some brainstorming and everything. I'm like, okay. I sent him that beat at 11 o'clock that morning. 11 o'clock that Saturday morning. At 2 o'clock that Sunday morning, he was like, oh my God, I just finished this whole track. Like I am mesmerized by this song. So we got to the studio. I'm not one of those people who just goes in the studio and performs it one time. I will literally go to the studio over and over and over again. Now I have my own setup, so I will record it over and over and over again, because I'm like, no, I want to put that here. I don't like the way that sounds, and I'm constantly transitioning things in the song. But we got in the studio, we recorded it a few times, and he just looks at me. He goes, do you understand what's going to happen with this song? And I went, yeah. And he's like, are you prepared for what's going to happen with this song? And I went, yeah. And I told him, I said, you took it from a pure, I'm not going to say the word, like a effing song, to this love-making, quiet storm, this sultry song, just the beat. The beat is so different. So I told him, I said, I would be remiss if I didn't do a video to this song, something that's going to get me out of my shell and out of my comfort zone. And then a video, I wrote a treatment, and I talked to my videographer, my photographer / videographer, shout out to Roy Moment. And yeah, we got a video and we got a song. So.
And yeah, we got a video. Hey, Miss Odessa Rose in the building.
Hello.
Yeah. So I mean, that was a perfect.
Look at me.
That was a perfect introduction. Like, we don't really
I told you
anymore at this point. We're gonna get into this video, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Let's just rock.
That's good.
Address where making love night. Visions take control of me. I've been crazy. You like crazy. Pleasure is a guarantee. Here is how you then you put your lips on. You just begin to shivers down my spine. The selection of the memories rises above your forehead. Next thing you know, your tongue speaks between my eyes. Focus on me, you want me in my eyes. Feel you inside me, round to song tonight. Your face narrow, new sheets, back row, backseat. Want you outside the rain, oh, in the shower, moms get
She got up and walked away.
Hit all these eyes out, forehead kisses, forehead kisses. You touch me and it shivers down my spine. When you reach round this forehead kisses, forehead kisses. My love, you want me in my feelings inside me, round to song tonight. Your way kisses, your way kisses, your way kisses.
I did not lie.
So hold up.
I didn't lie.
I've never seen somebody blush so much watching their own video and just leave.
No, it wasn't like that. No, I realized that while the video was going on, it's like pitch dark outside, and I'm here by myself, and I had the blinds open like all over the house. So it was like, somebody is, I don't know why I'm like paranoid like that. I was like, oh no, like I need to close these blinds. So that's why I ran. I was like, no, I gotta close the blinds. So it was like 4 or 5 blinds that I just needed to close. So
wait a minute, do you want me to do the face, Antoine?
No, I'm serious. I mean, I am blushing though. Like my cheeks are like.
Yeah, you were definitely blushing before you got up and walked away. I know that you told your mom and dad that they couldn't see the video. Have they actually gone and watched the video?
My mom has. My mom has seen the video. My mom loves the video. Believe it or not, she's so supportive. Her thing was, she's like, "You're an adult. I don't expect, I kind of expect you to make music like this. This is, this is typical." My dad has not seen the video. As a matter of fact, like I said, I was at a jazz festival this weekend, and a few of my dad's friends were like, your dad's been telling us about your music, and I'm so proud of you, and you got this one song called Forehead Kisses. I'm like, no.
They heard it. Oh no, we lost her for a second. There she is. I think can you hear us?
I am so sorry. My dad was trying to call. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my
you
dad.
You talked them up.
Yeah, I know. Like at the same time, he's trying to call me. Like, so, yeah, I was like, okay, I can't talk to you right now, Gigi. But I call my dad Gigi, by the way. But yeah, like they're like, yo, and then that song, Forehead Kisses. I'm like, abort mission. Abort mission. No. What we're not gonna do is talk about this video or this song around my Gigi. So no, cut crap right now.
So I'm quite sure that the brother that's playing the leading man in the video with you. That's not a video that you just go make with a complete stranger. So I'm sure that you know who that is. But
yes.
Was that hard for you to kind of like get out of your comfort level and show some of that sensuality that you were showing?
So, believe it or not, the guy who was in the video was actually a guy that I was seeing at the time, and he was a friend of mine. We were strictly friends in the beginning, and I had this conversation with him after we kind of started seeing each other more on more of a romantic facet, and I said, I've got this video. I was like, I've got this video. And I was honestly, and I want to make sure I point this out. I was actually, when I wrote the treatment for the video, originally, I was going to do the video by myself. And then I was like, but if I have to have a romantic opposite, I'm going to choose, and this is no, of course I got to make sure I put this out there. Because I'm not seeing anybody, I'm going to choose someone from the LGBTQ community, because that way I know that person is not, there's a wall there. You know what I'm saying? That person is not going to try to take advantage of me in any kind of way. But anyway, I ended up I ended up running into him. And he and I, like I said, we started kind of talking, and I said, hey, I've got this video coming up, and I feel like you would be perfect for it. You could play that part. And he was like, a video? I'm not an actor. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't do that. And I go, okay, just think about it. And he goes, well, what's the song? And I go, the name of the song is called Forehead Kisses. And he was like, Forehead Kisses. I was like, yeah. He goes, send me the song. I don't even think Kevin listened to that song all the way through. He was calling me back like, yeah, I want to do the video. Like, yes, do the video. And so
reminded him of his WCW.
So he and what's funny was that when I remember we had a meeting, we met up, and I was talking to him about the treatment of the video, and I said, hey, I was like, I've got, basically I had everything that I wanted written out. I like down to the wardrobe. And he said, you got everything written out, but you don't have a location. And I was like, I'm just going to get a room at the Marriott in Crystal City for like $150. And, we can just shoot there. He says, would you let me choose the location? I was like, I don't know. This is my baby. This is my first video. I don't know how I feel about putting something like that in someone's hands. And he said, just trust me. Do you trust me? And I said, yeah. So day of the shoot comes. We're driving around DC trying to find this hotel, and the hotel is literally hidden in plain sight. And we get in, he checks us in and everything, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen now. I'm kind of going in blind. Even though this is my video, I'm going in blind. They tell us we're on the 9th floor, and we push the button for the 9, and numbers are going up, and it goes 7, 8, PH. And I'm like, what the hell is PH?
Penthouse.
Yeah. And I just looked at him. I stepped off the elevator, and I stopped, and it dawns on me, and I look at him, I go, you got the penthouse? And he goes, yeah. I go, you got the freaking penthouse? And he goes, yeah. And I go, oh my God, how am I supposed to pay for this? I can't pay for this. And he goes, I told you, I got the location. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the elements that you see in that video, he thought of, like the running water.
Yeah.
Like we had to run the bubble bath in order for me to get in the bubble bath. And as the bubble bath was running, he's just sitting there looking at the water, and he's like, hey, he tells the videographer, he's like, hey, come here. Can you get a shot of this running water? The dimming of the lights, like the way the lights were dimmed. There were a lot of elements in the video that were actually cut from the actual video. There were behind the scenes stuff that was just cut. We do not talk anymore. I'm single, y'all. I'm single. I'm single. Yes.
Disclaimer.
Or in the words of Cameo, I'm living a single. Yeah, all of that. I will say this, he served his purpose. He served his purpose. He came through in the clutch and added elements to this video that were definitely needed. I will always be forever grateful for him to him for that. But romantically, we just do not. We're not. We could never be on the same page. We were never on the same page,
and that's okay.
Right.
Has their purpose, and even you were a purpose in his life, because
absolutely
he probably never thought he would ever be in a video, and a video is evergreen.
Right.
It's evergreen.
Right.
So,
and that's what I told him when I was like, are you prepared for what's coming after this? Like, people are gonna see you. And he's an attractive guy, I will admit that 100%. And he's got a wonderful personality, but it's just when it comes to us, he's not. He and I were just never on the same page, and so I had to take that for what it was worth. But for that time, and I will even venture to say this: that time and that video, all of that you see, the chemistry is real and it's raw. Like, you could. My mom even said that. She was like, "Oh my God, you can cut the chemistry with a knife with y'all." Like, oh my
God. Mama.
So I'm like,
I'm church folks, boy, I tell you. I'm church folks, I tell you, they
church folk. But yeah, it was fun. It was I mean, we had a lot of fun shooting. So there were times where I had to tell the videographer, I was like, he ain't acting no more. Y'all know he's being serious right now. And he's like, I'm just doing what comes natural. Like, don't touch me.
You had on that outfit, what you thought he was going? What? What you thought? I mean, come on.
Definitely.
He wasn't supposed to go in there and be like, okay,
right.
We're going to do a video, and I'm so professional. He probably saw you in that outfit and was like, oh, Lord, what y'all need?
So, Lord, my co-host, I love it to death. So, but no, great song first and foremost.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very sexy video, but tastefully done. There's nothing that, definitely tastefully done. And I commend you for just having that ability and that willingness to, open up and show that sexuality. Unfortunately, you were with a person that made it kind of easy for you. So, the chemistry definitely shows. So yeah, shout out to your mom. But, yeah, great video. Great video. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what's next?
So Calvin and I are finishing up another single that I'm gonna. I kept saying I'm not gonna release any more singles until I release this album. I have another single that I'm gonna be releasing with a video. It's not a sensual video, y'all. But he's like, you had variety.
You had that variety.
That was over. We don't want to talk anymore. No, I'm just...
no.
But no, it's this video. I want to showcase a different side of me, a playful and fun side of me, and I want to make sure that I showcase the people that I love, and I'm able to put them on a little bit of a pedestal. So, I'm going to have some clips with my mom and my dad and in my hometown and do some traveling and that kind of thing.
Nice.
So, yeah, I got that single coming out. And Calvin and I are still working on that. Album, I was back and forth about when I wanted the album to drop. And I kept saying, no, I'm going to do this date. I have a milestone birthday coming up in February, and I think I want to release this album on my birthday, as it's a milestone birthday. I ain't gonna tell y'all how old I am, but
no. But let me ask you this though. So, with the way that the industry is set up now, and that it's so easy to put your music out to the masses. Are you inclined to have to do an album?
I'm so old school.
Okay.
I am so old school. I actually have I don't have it on vinyl, but I have the vinyl cover of my the single for Energy when this album comes out, I'm gonna have it on vinyl, and I'm gonna have vinyls for people that are really close to me, the people that I love. I'm very much into vinyls. I'm very much into cassettes, and I am definitely old school. So
we'll take one, definitely.
Put my hand up.
And she's like, "You want the cassette or you want?" No, I'm just playing. I'll get some vinyls. I'll get some vinyls.
8-track. The 45.
Not the 8-track.
Get my little tiny red little circle to go in the center. Yes.
Yes. You like the cassette where you got to be like.
Absolutely. Hey, these are some seasoned folks that you're talking to right now.
Yes. We understand.
I am not as young as I look. I'll say that. But
I figured that out when I looked at the video the first time. I was like, oh.
She said milestone. I'm like,
I have a milestone birthday coming up.
Calvin is laughing. Like I said, everybody needs Calvin. Not the 8-track.
Well, my grandparents had an 8-track player in their house for the longest time, and I used to I hated 8-tracks, but albums. Oh my God, you could not tell me I was not a DJ on my daddy's And what I used to do, I used to put the put the album on and put it on the wrong setting so it sounded like the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Like my dad, he would be like, "Don't do that, you're gonna mess up the needle."
You can't do that. Oh my gosh.
Disrespecting.
Yeah, that's very disrespectful.
You could not tell me. I was like, I've been DJing since I was like 3. Y'all don't understand. I was like scratching records and literally scratching records when I was like. But yeah, I've got the album. To me, I feel like I need to put out an album. I'm not as much. I think a lot of people are kind of in the mode now where it's like, single here, a single here, a single here, a single there.
Yeah.
I don't feel so inclined to do that. I want to make sure that I put out an album, and not only do I want to just put out an album, I want a catalog. I want people to be able to go and be like, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, maybe all of them, Nice. And there's a not only that, but this album, from cover to cover, when you hear it from, you're gonna have some B-side stuff that's gonna be like, oh, that was, kind of unexpected. But I'm telling a story. The name of this album is Nika Redeemed. And I'm telling a story. I'm telling a story. So
nice.
Yeah. Look forward to it. I want to hear the story.
Yes.
Well, y'all just heard part of it.
We sure did. We heard a good chunk.
Yeah, we heard the grown up part. We ain't even get to the stuff before.
Y'all heard the nasty.
The set classy, not trashy.
Do y'all want to know something else that's ironic about that song, Forehead Kisses? I wrote that song while I was going through a bout of celibacy.
Now see, she was connecting with her inner self.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was going through a bout of celibacy when I wrote that song.
So then that everything is very authentic to what a forehead kiss could be.
Right.
Lead to, or not lead to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I referenced the movie when we started out in the beginning, because that's kind of where the popularity or people started understanding the forehead kiss. But I'm like, I was using the forehead kiss when I was in.
All right, player from the Himalayas.
Yes, player. But I will say this too. I did a live the other day because I wanted to make sure I put it out there for people who needed to understand. So I did this video and I put this video out, and randomly in my DMs on Instagram, I start getting. Can I say the word?
Uh-huh.
Can I say it? I start getting dick pics, and
I'm like, I didn't know that's what she was.
Yeah,
doing.
so okay, I start getting people.
Please.
No, we don't have to bleep it, but Lord, I ain't think that's what she was doing. I thought she was going to start saying like some, like some
But
booty
still,
calls.
why would you associate
Come on.
your area with the forehead kiss? Come on.
Right. And I started getting.
Come on, man. We got to do better.
You better.
Yeah, I started getting pictures of privates, and I started. I had one guy. I did this thing called. I started doing this thing called Anonymous, where people could kind of like message me anonymously, and I put it on my story. I was like, "Hey, if you got something to say, here's your chance." Da 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 da, and he was the only person who saw my story. You know how you can see your story on Instagram? You can tell who saw your story.
Right.
He was the only person who saw my story. And I had literally just put the story up. I mean, the story was fresh, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes old. And he sent me an anonymous message saying, "I want you to sit on my..."
Oh, no. He needs to grow up.
So I messaged him. I took a screenshot of it and I was like, everything is not so anonymous. I know that this was you. And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "This is probably one of the most disrespectful things anybody has ever said to me on social media."
That's ridiculous.
And he was like, "I am so sorry." And I ended up blocking him. But it was crazy. He was a radio show host. He has a radio show. I was like, "Bruh, you just... come on, bruh."
Oh no. He was not. He was sorry he got caught.
Right. So
that's what he was sorry about.
Yeah, and not only that, but I think, and I had a lot of people say like, I had a guy message me and he says, "So you wrote the song? I heard the song. The song is beautiful. I really like the song." And he says, "I take it, you like sex. You like sex. You're a very sensual and sexy person. You like sex." And I'm like, "Where did you get that idea?" So I want to make sure that I throw the disclaimer out when it comes to that song, Forehead Kisses. That song, a forehead kiss, you don't share those with everybody that you meet. For me, this is my face. First of all, I don't want a lot of people in my face, but I have only ever allowed, I can tell you offhand, other than, the guy in the video, and, I guess I've been in other relationships, but 3 men to kiss me on my forehead. And that's my daddy when I was younger. My daddy don't kiss me on my forehead now. But when you're a little girl, my dad kissed me on my forehead. Right. My grandfather, my dad's dad, would kiss me on my forehead, as a gesture of a term of endearment. And my ex-husband would kiss me on my forehead, but that was a different kind of kiss me on my forehead. But I say all that to say, to me, this area is a very sensitive area. So I don't allow people to have access to me in that manner. Just because I make a song like this doesn't mean that I like sex, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to allow everybody to be in that space with me. It's kind of like, and I don't want to say Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion had the song WAP, you don't know who they're talking about. They got the song WAP. And they're just like, they talking all that junk. But who's to say they're talking about a bunch of men, or who's to say they're just talking about one man? It's a nasty song, but it's a nasty song. Let's just be honest about it. But that doesn't give any man the right to come to them in a way that is unprovoked. That is unprovoked and nasty and demeaning and derogatory. So I was like, I put the song out. And at the time that I finished the video, we had finished shooting the video, I had to call my co-star and I was like, have you been getting I tried to figure out if the same thing was going on with him. I was like, "Do women send you pictures up there for JJ? Like, I want to know if you're getting the same thing I'm getting." And he was like, "No."
Right. No, they took it upon themselves to do that as an opportunity, as an artist, an up and coming artist. And this artist, they think that you need them. Mm-hmm. And again, he was sorry he got caught.
Right.
Sorry he got caught. And that is, but with anything in entertainment, people's perceptions are their realities.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that that's what the song is for, but that was their perception of the song. Just like my perception of the song might be different than Antoine's perception. And then if our spouses hear the song, their perception may be different, depending on, how they take the song.
Right.
Because like I said to you, a forehead kiss can either be something that can lead to something, sensual or not.
Sis, I love you dearly. There's no perception of a song that's going to make me send my private part to her.
No, I'm not saying
that. I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying that, Antoine. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying.
No, I know you.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
I've been totally thrown since she mentioned the picture because I'm like,
yeah,
bro.
because it's like how do you correlate what you did, your behavior, with the song? It just does not. It doesn't even come close. But again, that's someone who thinks that she needs them,
right?
And that was okay. Oh, well, she's going to accept this and be like, oh, because she's an up and coming artist. No.
She needs him to stay the hell out of her DM. That's what she needs you.
Thank you.
Brother. Oh, yo, we got to do better.
Well, we got to do better. Right. We had to do better. No, I don't want to digress because I know we coming to be behind the
We gotta find another way to end the show now. We can't end the show like that.
I'm sorry, I took it there, y'all.
I did not know she was going to the DPs and the DM. Come on, y'all. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Jeez.
But so then you gotta go straight to, so where can our audience
I don't know if I want to give away her information now because
I'm not. No, you know what? I will give y'all my information, but I'm gonna tell you right now. If somebody sends me a DP, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna find out who your mama, who your cousin, who your sister is. I'm gonna send it straight to them.
I'm gonna tell you what. You send me the person's name, and if I know them, and if I know that they sent you a picture because of this, we blasting folks. I don't play that.
Yep.
Come on, y'all. Let's 20.
Yes. So yeah, because the audience does need to know where to find your music. Your music is good.
Oh,
thank you.
I'm sorry, Antoine. I'm trying to help with the daggone transition. Wait a minute.
Brothers.
They had to do better.
We gotta do better. Okay, let us.
Go ahead, Antoine. Transition us.
Let us know how we can find you. Oh, one question that I was going to ask before we got into that, because you said that you have a milestone birthday coming, and that's when you wanted to drop the album. Yeah. When is your birthday?
February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I released my first single on my birthday in 2021.
I would say put him on.
Put him on. Yep. He knows.
Full black.
I called him. I was like, "Oh my god!" And what's funny is that I usually, if something funny happens or somebody sends me something, I will screenshot it. I was like, I cannot screenshot this and send it to Calvin because he's gonna be like, "Did you just send me a man's PP?" Like,
you guys say, "Let's put on blast."
No,
on blast.
No.
So, I forgot what we were talking about, but
when the release that you released.
I released Energy on my birthday in 2021. I released Ephrael the day after my birthday, 2022, and I plan on releasing the album on my birthday in 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let me say this before you give your social media. First of all, like Calvin, I need you to connect me to Calvin because we might need to bring Calvin on the show to talk.
Absolutely, and Calvin has a show as well, y'all. Calvin, I gotta. Can I say it? Sure. I don't want to shout out a show on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Tuesday nights from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Radio Free Brooklyn. Calvin's show is called Lush Vibes Radio, and when I say this brother plays the stuff that y'all don't even. Calvin has played some stuff, and I was like, I forgot that song existed. Calvin, I forgot that song existed. When the funny thing is, the night that so I had planned on, the whole suicide thing on a Saturday. That whole week I was just having a rough week. Calvin dedicated a whole show just based on encouragement music, and he had like a 30-minute segment where it was nothing but gospel. You know, Angels Watching Over Me, Richard Smallwood, and I mean, just, you know, some of the classics. And but when it comes to music, this brother knows stuff. I'm like, how did you find this song?
Some people have a library in their brain, Antoine, and you sit and you're like, how did you know that? I'm sitting there looking like, where did that come from? How you remember that? Who you know? So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So shout out to
the host who's like that.
Yeah, so shout out to Calvin again. But yeah.
Okay, so if you put on any kind of an album release performance, album release party, please keep me in touch, because it's just down the road from us. Well, from me. Some of us live up in the
mountains.
Hey, where are you? Where you live?
I'm up in Hagerstown in the mountains.
Oh, that's not far.
It's about 2 hours.
It's not too far.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours. It's far enough with traffic, because you know traffic too.
I was about to say, if the traffic is bad, it might take me an hour. Other than that, I'm there in like 45 minutes. Please let us know if you're doing something, and we can make it down and show some.
Thank you.
And you didn't give the social media, so give the social media again so people can know how to follow you.
For sure. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nika LaDean. That is at NikaLaDean. I'm so happy Antoine capitalized the D in my name. That's a big thing for me. My dad's middle name is Dean. My middle name is LaDean. So that's a major thing for me. But yeah, I can be found on all, except Facebook, all social media platforms at Nika LaDean. And my music is on all music platforms. Get my streams up, y'all. Get my streams up, y'all. I mean, Spotify and Apple Music only pays me like 0.001 cent every time.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna talk about that.
Think of how you get a half a cent.
I know, right? How you just split my penny in half?
Yeah.
Not even gonna talk about that.
Good deal.
Definitely, please, when you have the opportunity, connect me with Calvin. I would love to bring it and chop it up. We're kind of booked until like October right now, so it'll have to be a while, but I can definitely get him on the calendar. I would love to make that happen.
And I want to shout out, you guys would probably also be interested in my other producer. His name is New Choice. New Choice actually just released a single on Friday. He's an artist as well, and his stuff is amazing. I've done some writing for New Choice myself, so
just connect me. You know how to get in touch with me. Just connect us, and we can definitely make that happen. But thank you so much. I told you this was going to be fun. I told you. We had so much fun. And make sure you check out the Access Granted YouTube channel on Friday around noonish. She killed this acapella and acoustic segment, y'all. She like I said earlier, she did her song, and then she transitioned into some Sade, and I was like,
Did she close her eyes?
I always sing with my eyes closed.
No, she closed her, and the head went back, and then she just was singing, right?
And see, when we do the acapella segments, I'm off camera, so you can't see my reactions. So as she's singing her song, I'm into it, and then she transitioned, and I'm still like this, and then I started noticing the lyrics, and I was like, "Yo, she done went in." I was like, "That's what I'm talking about." So that will be released, and I'll make sure that I send you the link on your Instagram.
Thank you.
But great job. Even though she was a little pitchy.
I was pitchy, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I hadn't had water.
That's what I was about to say. She hadn't drank any water all day, and she didn't have her ginger tea.
I didn't have my ginger tea.
So-
Calvin knows. Calvin and I were in Philly. Calvin ate like a whole meal in front of me, and I was sipping lemon ginger tea at this restaurant in Philly because I had to go to. I was like, I gotta go to the studio. I can't eat.
Right.
So,
Well, you did a great job to be pitchy with no water all day. So
thank you.
make sure that we drop that on Friday, and I will tag everybody, man. But I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Nika, you're so much fun. Love you,
Thank
man.
you.
Love you.
Love you.
Will you please let us know when you're going to do something around album? We'll definitely make it down there. Plus, it's Valentine's weekend. Come on, weekend.
Yes. Yes. I might stave it off for President's Day weekend, and that way, nobody has to rush back to work that Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either or.
Let us know.
You let us know. Yeah, just let us know. So yeah. With that being said, man, I want to thank everybody that tuned in with us tonight. This has been so much fun, and I feel like we could go for another hour, but I don't hold y'all too much longer. But again, man, make sure you continue to follow not only the Access Granted show, but all of the stuff that my sister, my co-host, has going on. She got book clubs and she and all of that stuff, man. So make sure y'all continue to follow. Yeah. And we appreciate everybody. We're off next week for the holiday. And then we're off the following Monday.
Yup.
I ain't going to be here. But I am going to do something live from Jamaica.
Oh, y'all get ready to get something special. I'm not going, y'all.
I am going to do something live from Jamaica. So it might be one of those Beyonce things where I don't announce it. I just...
Oh, you gonna just pop? It's like that now. Oh, that's how we roll then.
Yeah, that's how we might do it for Jamaica. So
put on your notifications. That's what he's trying
check the notifications because we're gonna go live and it's going
Nice.
But, definitely appreciate everybody, man. We love you guys.
Yes.
Rest in peace to my little buddy Peanut. I love you, man.
Yes.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. And with that being said, that's it. We out of here.
All right.
Go home. Get out of here. Peace.